Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be doing an almost full face of Catrice Cosmetics. I've got a box here full of goodies that I have been just waiting to try out with you guys on camera. I've got a lot of new things, and I've got some old staples that have been in my collection for quite a while. So I'm excited to show you those and bring those back out and just give them another go. I am obsessed with how this look came out. It's just so gorgeous. It was very, very simple to do. And I just can't wait to show you guys. If you haven't already, subscribe. What are you waiting for? This is a fun channel. If you're looking for somebody to show you how to do some makeup or to give you some suggestions on some good products, I'm your girl. I've got you. So don't forget, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and let's just get on into the video. We're going to be doing things a little bit different today. I am going to pull my hair back first, get my hair out of my face. I had to go to what they call skills day at work, where they basically just make sure you know what you're doing and that you know all your skills. So I do have like a little spot on my nose where the makeup came off because I had to wear a mask. I'm going to try out these new Face Shop Rice Water Bright Cleansing Facial Wipes. I saw these on TikTok. Glamzilla said they were really good. She only needed one to take off all her makeup. So we're going to try that. They're awful little to only need one. I just purchased it from Amazon. We're going to take off all this makeup, which I hate to do because I'm really loving how everything turned out. But this was just like a quick throw on some makeup before I had to run out the door. Now let's take it all off and do a full face of Catrice. Let's just see if these really do take off your makeup the way that she claims. So far, it feels nice. It feels kind of moisturizing. It does have a little bit of a scent, not too bad, but it does smell kind of like floral. I just thought it would be interesting to start this video off a little differently than I normally do, which is take off all my makeup on camera. I think it's working really well. Here's one side, and then we'll use the other end for the other side. Okay, so I feel like this worked really well. I don't feel like my skin feels stripped or irritated. It definitely left behind some of that glow. I'm going to just do my typical skincare really quick. Wish I would have done this on camera. I was using my Paula's Choice toner, and let me just show you how much product was still on my face after using that wipe. I was pretty shocked by that. There was still quite a bit of product on my face. I'm already starting the video off cheating a little bit. I do not have a Catrice brow gel, so what I'm going to do is if I do not have a Catrice product, I'm going to try to pull something from my collection that is inexpensive. This is the Ardell Brow Glue Instant Lamination Lift, and it's about $8 on Amazon. I just used the Rare Beauty Eye Primer and set it down with a little bit of translucent powder. Now let's get started on this eye look. Two of the newer palettes on their website. This one's the Dark Cocoa eyeshadow palette. This is only $6, and you're going to get 8 shades. Let me open it up. I just thought this palette looked super duper beautiful. Look at these shimmers, how they're shining. I'm going to swatch a couple of them. This one on top is more of just like a coppery metallic shade, and then these two are very, very sparkly, very pretty. We have that option. And then this one's the Tiny Treasures eyeshadow palette. And this one comes in 3 different shades. This one's the Everyday Essentials palette. And it looks like it has a deep brown, a deep black, a transition color, a lighter color, and then 2 shimmers. And the shimmers have these funny texture. So I can't wait to see what these look like. Let's swatch this very unique shade in the center here. It actually turns out to be just more of like a gold, a coppery gold shade. Put it right here. Very pretty. And then the lighter one, oh, it's more of like a champagne. The little bit of silver reflect to it. Pretty. This is the Diamond Haze highlighter, and it's $7. And the shade is called Gimme Glitter. Tiny Treasures, by the way, I'm not sure if I said this, but they're $6 as well. Diamond Haze highlighter. This is what it looks like. You can actually press your fingers into it. So yeah, I've heard it's like the Diamond Bombs from Fenty. I thought if these are not giving enough sparkle on the lid, I could top it with this. Right up here. I've never tried the Fenty Diamond Bomb because it's so expensive, and I don't wear highlighter that often, so I couldn't justify spending that much. But for $7 to get something very similar, sign me up. I'm going to go in with this shade as my transition. It looks to be deeper than I thought, so we're going to put it out in the outer V first and then blend it just to make sure. So I like to lay it down out here where I'm going to have darker shades anyway, test it out on my skin, and then blend it into my crease once I feel like it's safe to do so. I feel like most of the product came off of my brush now. I'm using the BK Beauty 212. And now I'm just going to go back and make sure it's nice and blended, nice and soft around the edges. I'm going to grab the lightest shade in this palette and see if that is a good, like, brow bone shade. It seems to be. I usually go for something a little bit brighter, but that's all right. All right, now I want to go into the Little Tiny Treasures palette, and I want to grab the shade right here in the center and see what that looks like. It looks to be a little bit more of a yellowy brown. Okay, on the lids, it looks very similar to the first shade we used. I was thinking it was going to be a little lighter, but pretty similar. And as far as I can tell, the shades do look more of like that satin matte formula on the lid. It's not accentuating any texture or anything, which is good. That's what I worry about with satin formula. But this seems to be okay. It's not anything spectacular, but it's also $6. It's a very good eyeshadow formula for $6. I'm going to jump into this deeper shade up here and use that in my outer V on the N13 brush from Nikki LaRose. These are a little bit powdery. They have a little bit of kick up in the pan. That's all right. We're going to keep this out here in the outer V and just softly blend and deepen up this outer V area. I use a darker shade like this to kind of lift my eyes, and it just kind of changes the shape a little bit. So just keep it out here and just softly blend. I'm holding the brush pretty far back just to do very light pressure, and these are blending very easily and blending into each other beautifully. Simple, very easy, quick. Let's jump back to the Little Tiny Treasures palette, and I'll use the dark brown on a Morphe M383. It's just a small little smudger brush. I can use this as a eyeliner brush. I like to put it down again, just kind of make it a blown out line. And then I can perfect it here in just a minute, but this just gives a softer eyeliner appearance. And this shade seems to be working really well. It is very pigmented, and it's doing exactly what I want it to do. Now I'm going to grab the BK Beauty 208 brush. I'm going to go into the deepest, darkest brown in this palette. I guess that's not the deepest, darkest. There's also this like charcoal brown matte. I'm going to use a little bit of that to mix them together. And just kind of tap it at the lash line. I find doing tapping motions first helps make sure you're not going to have a lot of fallout because you're just pressing it down. And then once you have most of the product off of the brush, then you can do like a swiping motion. I'm going to take the BK Beauty A504 brush, and I'm going to go back into this brown shade, and I'm just going to use this to softly blend on top of the eyeliner and just kind of blend it into the outer V and soften the edge of the eyeliner. This is just the way I like to do a smoky wing. I just like it to be soft. Okay, that's good enough. All right, let's take a wipe and clean this up a little bit and just see the vision, and then we'll add our shimmers. Hardly any fallout at all. Actually, I don't see any fallout. This is just from cleaning up the wing. going to take some NYX glitter glue. I use a brush to apply and spread it out. My Morphe A29 brush, and I'm going to go into the one shade here that kind of looked a little bit more like a rose brown shade almost, and we're going to put that out here. Just tap it, and it is really sparkly on the lid, so I'm happy about that. I love a good sparkly eye look. The formula is really, really good. It's laying down beautifully. And just because I want to see if there's a difference, I'm going to add it with my finger. Not really. Like, this works either way so well. Formula's stunning. I'm going to take this shade right here that was more of like that champagne. Same brush. I'm just turning it over. And we're going to pack that in the inner corner. I will say, I think the dark cocoa shimmer laid down a lot easier. I'm going to try my finger now and see if there's a difference. Very pretty. I'm going to go back into that first shade we used and just bring it in a little further and have those two shades kind of meet right here in the center. Okay, and now we're going to use the Diamond Balm. I'm just going to kind of press it right in the center of the look right here. All right, I'm happy with that. Let me go ahead and finish up the other eye. I'll come back and we'll do some eyeliner. I don't have any eyeliner or mascara from Catrice, so I'm going to use the Haley's Reveal Lash Lengthening Mascara. I purchased this from Amazon to do a full face of Haley's, and I haven't used it since, so I wanted to give this another shot. And then I have the Moira Double-Ended Gel and Liquid Liner in the shade Brown. $8 for a dual-ended eyeliner. Really can't beat that. I also added in the NYX Blade & Shade Brow Pencil. Just a little bit of a fill-in. I'll do more of that later. You know how that goes with me and my brow routine. I'm going to show you a product that is still available at Catrice, but they have renamed it. I'm not sure if they reformulated it, but this is the Catrice 1 Minute Face Perfector, and it's in the shade 0101 Fits All. Instant Perfecting Soft Mousse. It's $8. They have two shades, 010 Warm Beige and then 020 Neutral Beige. I believe this is how it started, and then now they've just, changed it a little bit. I've had this product for a little while now, over a year, and it's almost gone. I wanted to show you how this works as a primer. So it looks super scary and intimidating, like, oh my gosh, that's going to be orange. But just watch. This is the little e.l.f. Putty Blush Brush. I'm going to grab some of this product on this brush, and I'm going to apply it as my primer. So it literally could be used as a, oh my gosh, I got to go out the door. It tames down your shine. If you have redness or discoloration like I do, anything you want to just kind of tone down a little bit, this will do it. So forehead, face, see the difference? It can be used on its own, or it can be used underneath as a primer. So I've loved this product for a very long time. I think it's really good that they have two different shades, but if I'm being honest, according to the website, they kind of look the same, and I don't know. I don't know if this will work on all skin tones, but I think it would if you're using it like I am, like a primer. I think you could get away with it. All right, if you do care about the Haley's mascara, it's okay. It's not my favorite. For $22, I think I would rather use my Fenty, but it gets the job done. I think it's really good at lengthening, but it doesn't give a ton of volume. But what I'm going to do is let it dry, and I'll probably put on another coat here in just a little bit. But that is what the Haley's mascara looks like. Most of these products I ordered directly from Catrice's website, but this was from Amazon, and I'm not sure why, but they sent me 3 of them. This is the Karen Colors Lip Balm in the shade 020 Feelin' Pretty. There are 7 shades available. Like I said, I don't know why they sent me a pack of 3 of them, but I'm not mad about it. It doesn't seem to have a lot of pigment, which is good. I was hoping it was just going to be kind of nourishing. And it is. Smells a little like crayons, but no big deal. So as you can see, it does tint the lips a little bit, but it feels so nice and smooth on the lips. I feel like it's perfect for when you're on the go and just need to pop something on your lips. Care in Colors Lip Balm. Nice. The shade again is Feeling Pretty. When it comes to complexion, I have a lot of options here. This is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It says lasts up to 24 hours, mattifying, water and sweat proof with niacinamide. I have it in the shade 036 Hazelnut Beige. This one is $10 and there are 27 shades in this formula, which is the most shade options that they have. We might dip into this, but I have some other options that I'm curious to try. I have the new Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. I have this also in 036C. This one is also $10 and they have 16 different shades available. I've seen this around for a while. It's not actually new, but it's new to me. I've never tried this one. And I saw recently that Tati did a video using this. And they're saying that it's going to be discontinued. So I'm wondering if it has talc in the ingredients. I'll have to look it up and let you know. It just says Shake Well Serum Foundation. Buildable light to medium coverage, flexible on the skin for a long-lasting skin-like result. Smooths and blurs imperfections. I planned on using this and this alone, but now that I see the shade, I'm not sure that that's going to work. I pulled out my other Catrice foundation that I've loved for years. It's the True Skin Hydrating Foundation, hyaluronic acid, long wear, and I have 4 different shades. This is Neutral Macchiato, which is normally what I reach for. It's very similar to my skin. All right, right next to it is 20 Warm Beige. This is Neutral Sand on the top. Neutral Hazel, which is a little bit more warm. Neutral Macchiato pulls a little bit more neutral and pink undertone, maybe like beige, than Warm Beige and Neutral Sand. I like to mix my shades when it comes to this foundation. Let's show you the HD Liquid Coverage while we're at it. This one is very mattifying on the skin. It has this dropper style and it's very blurring, but it does have a fragrance. It smells kind of powdery. That's the shade 036 Hazelnut Beige. All of their foundations are $10, so very affordable. Shake up the new one and see what this one looks like. Same dropper style. I think it's going to be a little too light on its own. We'll see. It could oxidize and be just fine, but I just want to see what this formula is like. I know what the other ones are, so I just want to put it on. You know what? I'm just going to pick from the swatch here off my hand, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the swatch there so we can see if it dries down a different color. I'm going to use the It Cosmetics number 7 brush to blend this out and see what happens. I mean, it is definitely too light, so I won't be able to use this, unfortunately, on its own right now. I think in the winter time it will be really good, but I think it's just going to be a little too light right now. Let's do a drop of the new tinted serum in my hand here and a drop of the HD Liquid Coverage and see if we can make a good shade that way. I usually have really good luck when it comes to mixing my foundations. You can mix it because of shades like I'm doing, or you can mix it because you need to alter the formula a little bit. Beautiful. So before, after. Now that I have applied foundation, I can see more of that pigment on my lips. Very lightweight on the skin. It feels super thin. I love that. It does. It feels like you're just applying a serum. What I like to do with all of my foundations is press it in with the Stands Out sponge. And I wanted to let you know that I just saw that they are doing a 4-pack deal now. Pretty sure you get 4 of them for around $70, when they are $20 a piece. So you're saving a little bit of money that way. Wanted to mention that really quick because I am obsessed with this. I am loving how this is looking on the skin. It looks like I just perfected my skin and I have no foundation on. It really does. Just looks like skin. For cream contour and bronzer, I've got a couple options. We're going to start with this, the Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick. I bought mine in the shade medium. They have 4 different shades and it's $8. So you get your contour side and your highlighter side. I'm going to swatch both for you, but I'm only going to use the contour side. I would say the Nude Drop foundation, it might have oxidized and dried down a little darker, but as you can see, it's hard to even detect it on my skin. That formula is stunning. So let's just see. I'm going to swatch this first before I put it on my skin just to get an idea of the formula, the shade, all of that. It had a little tug to it, so I'm afraid to put it on my skin directly. Yeah, it has a grip to it, like it wants to stick down where you apply it. That's it blended out. Nice. I like that. Same thing with this formula. It feels like it just wants to stick down, which is good. You want that. It's right here. Let's see. There it is. So it just blends right into my skin. You can barely see it. That's awesome. Love that. I'm going to take a BK Beauty 109 brush. This one's very tiny. Just like that. I'm going to coat my brush. And we're going to use this first. And then I have another product that I can show you if this one's not working on its own, or if I have an issue, or if I just want to play with another product. I got another product to show you. All right. So yeah, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It just gives like a little shadow, a little bit of warmth, but not too much. And I'm going to leave that be with that product on that side. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Very easy to work with, and it just sticks down to your skin. So nice. You know, sometimes they're really emollient and they just kind of blend around and then it becomes too much product on your cheek. This is a perfect contour stick. Yeah, it's easy to draw on. We'll see how it blends. All right, let me take my Patrick Ta nose contour brush and see if I can blend this out. Yeah, I mean, it set on the skin for quite a while and it's still very easy to blend. Very nice. Let me show you this other product. This is the Magic Shaper Face Cream Palette. I saw Tati use this and I wanted to try it out. I feel like you can mix and match to create your own shade. It has a protective film, which is nice. We have a bronzer, contour, highlighter, 2 highlighters, and 2 blushes. So let's just see. Let me swatch them for you. A lighter color highlight and then like a peachy highlight. They don't really show up very well on my skin, which is nice. It's subtle. You don't want a very strong highlight, or I don't anyway. Let's swatch this. Ooh, very creamy blush. Oh, wow. And neither of these shades are shades that I would typically wear, but I wonder about mixing, how that would work. All right, let's do the bronzer shade and then the contour. So both pretty deep. I don't know how many skin tones this palette will work on. They only have the one, but I feel like if I mix those shades, it might be pretty good. So the pan size is kind of small, but this 109 brush works pretty well. I'm just going to mix these 2 shades and see what happens. I had a feeling it was going to be a little dark, but I think we can make it work. If Tati can make it work on her skin, it should be fine on mine. We're pretty similar. I want to see what it's like to mix those 2 blush shades, what that would look like. So I'm probably going to swatch that in just a second. I'm going to add a little bit more of the actual contour now that I know the product is blendable. I'll add it around here. Anywhere I feel like I need a little bit more chiseling. So far, I am very pleased with all of these products, which I kind of figured I would be because I've loved Catrice for years, and they don't get enough hype. They really just don't. They're very affordable, and they're not as available as they should be. You should be able to find this any drugstore, Ulta. They used to have it at Ulta years ago, but it's just available at Amazon and Catrice as far as I know. That needs to change. Seriously. I'm going to mix these two blushes together on my hand here. So mixing the two, that gives you an idea of what that would look like. It's still not a blush shade that I would reach for. So let's show you the other blush. This is the Blush Affair Cream and Powder Duo Palette. And I bought mine in the shade 040 Peach Passion. This looked like the most nude option, hoping it pulls more nude than peach, but the name kind of scares me a little bit. Here is the cream side and here is the powder. I'm going to swatch it for you. It does have a slip to it, don't get me wrong, but this feels a little bit more matte. And it's definitely peach, but it's definitely more nude than the other options. And once you blend it out, it's beautiful. The powder looks to be even more nudie colored. Yeah, beautiful. Let me blend the powder out to show you. I'm excited about that. I'm going to do concealer first, then I'll add blush, and then we'll set our concealer. Let's do that. All right, I've got two options for concealer as well. I have the Catrice True Skin High Cover Hyaluronic Acid Waterproof Concealer, up to 18-hour hydrating wear, and I have mine in the shade Cool Cashmere. They have 14 different shades, and it's $7. I used to have 015, I believe, Warm Vanilla, and it was just too warm. This shade is much better for me. Pulls a little yellow for a cool shade, but it works. Now, I also have a new one that I want to try. I'm dying to try this. This is the Catrice Instant Bright Serum Concealer, medium coverage, 18-hour long-lasting wear, and I have it in the shade 018C. They have 15 shades, and it is $7. This looks to be more of like an actual corrector shade for me. So I'm going to start with this, and if I need to add in the Cool Cashmere, I will. But I just wanted to show you the swatches first, and let's see what this is like. It's got a very long doe foot. When I turn it to the side, you can see the product catches right on the top there. All right, let's just go in. Why not? I'm just going to use the opposite end of the It Cosmetics brush and kind of spread it a little bit, but I don't want to spread it too much. I want to keep it in the inner corner where I have the most to cover. Very blendable. It is definitely a serum style concealer. It feels very similar to the foundation on the skin. It feels like it's just blending into my skin. Look at that. It is pulling a little yellow, so I do need to add a little bit of the Cool Cashmere shade, but I don't want to add much at all. So this one looks like this when you pull it out. Here's the doe foot. It's got like a flat paddle style. And we're just going to apply a little bit. Very lightweight, hydrating concealer. Again, I've loved this for years. It's a beautiful concealer formula, and I'm hoping that these two will play well together. I just use the brush to spread it and blend it in, and then I'll use the sponge before we set. Alright, we're going to let that just kind of sit for a second and move on to cream blush really quick. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario F1 brush. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it's beautiful. Ooh, I love that shade. So pretty. I wouldn't say it's like full-on matte, but it is just a nice blurring cream formula. It's not overly radiant or anything. It's just laying really nicely on the skin. And I love the shade. It's beautiful, easy to blend. Loving everything about it so far. That is the Blush Affair Cream Blush. We're going to set with the Catrice Under Eye Brightener Setting Powder. I have it in the shade 010 Light Rose. It says with squalene. It's a teeny tiny amount of powder, but it's just for your under eyes, so you won't need much, so I get that. It's very pink. I'm just going to use the Morphe little triangle puff. Going to work it into the puff in my hand to make sure I don't have too much product on the puff. And it is very brightening. Okay. It looks like it has a little radiance to it, which scares me, but let's just go for it. Wow. That looks really good. Really good. It looks so smooth. I love it. Oh my god, it looks so good. Super blurring. I don't have a loose powder from Catrice for all over my face. That's the only powder that I have. So I'm going to take this ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder and just quickly set my entire face. I'm going to use the Sephora Powder Puff. All right, I'm going to use the Hailey's Beauty Resculpt Smoothing Contour Powder in the shade Medium. And I'm going to bring back some color to my face. This is the Catrice Air Blush Matte, and I have it in the shade Spice Space 130. I'm going to use the Morphe M202. I love this blush. So pretty. It's the perfect, like, nudie coral shade. And mine's a little messy, so I was trying to use all the mess before I showed it to you. Beautiful. And it's very similar to the powder blush in the little duo. I'll use a little bit of it too, why not? So here is the powder. We are just going to be blushy today. I've got two new products to try. I have the Kiss and Glow Plumping Lip Liner and the Kiss and Glow Peptide Lip Tint. This is $6 and it comes in 3 different shades. This is Don't Miss a Kiss. And then the lip liner is the same. It comes in 3 shades as well. Same shade. They're supposed to go together, so I'm excited to try this out. It looks just like a very nudie color. Let's swatch it first and warm it up. Beautiful nude. I feel like this is very, very close to my natural lip color. And I don't feel the plumping yet. We'll see. So it's like the same price as a NYX lip liner. This is a lot creamier and retractable, just so you know. I like it. Now let's try the Peptide Lip Tint. Oh yeah. It feels super comfortable on the lips, and it's very glass-like and shiny and smoothing on the lips. I do not have a setting spray from Catrice, so I'm going to use the Moira Ultra Matte All Day Mattifying and Shine Proof Setting Spray. This is what it looks like. Let's see what the mist is like. Oh yeah. I do have the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in the shade 020 Supreme Rose Beam. And I thought we might put that on the inner corner, maybe a little on my nose, play around with a little highlighter. This is what the shade looks like. It's super reflective. Oh my goodness. These are only $6 and they are a gorgeous highlight. So let's put this in the inner corner. They also have a new highlighter that looks just like the Rare Beauty ones, and I put one in my cart already because I want to try it. I want to see if it's similar because the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Mesmerize is like my favorite, and I want to see if it's similar to that because it looks like it. I'm just adding this in the inner corner for a little bit more of a pop. So pretty. Let me put a little on the tip of my nose, because why not? Or just playing. And then I'll put a little on my Cupid's bow. I'm going to add a little bit of my NYX Lift and Snatch to the brows, and then that'll be it. I'll be right back. Guys, that is the completed look using all of my Catrice products. I really, really love it. I think it's beautiful. I went really soft with the mascara on the lower lashes. I don't want to have any transfer issues, but I think everything looks really, really nice. So let me just quickly run through some of the standout products and what I would highly recommend. Starting with the eyeshadows. Now, like I said, when I was applying these, I do not feel like they're anything spectacular, but for $6, this is beautiful. I love how this eye look came out. I'm telling you guys, this is nice. The Tiny Treasures, same thing. I have nothing bad to say about these. These were beautiful. These, of course, are tiny little pan sizes, but they're beautiful shades. The formula is like a satin matte with these beautiful sparkly shimmers. Highly recommend these. $6, you can't beat that. I love it. The next thing is the Catrice 1 Minute Face Perfector. Of course, if you're going to look for this, it's going to be now the Perfecting Soft Mousse. It's $8. I love this. In the summertime, I'll put this on and like a little bit of powder foundation and go out the door just like that. So I highly recommend if you're looking for something very quick and easy, or like today, use it as a primer because it does smooth your skin out beautifully. The next thing are these new lip products, the Peptide Lip Tint and the Plumping Lip Liner. I think it's gorgeous. It feels really, really comfortable on the lip. The Catrice Blush Affair Cream and Powder blushes. This is very, very pretty. I wish they had some more shades. I would love to see that in the future. The Diamond Haze Highlighter. They say this is a dupe for the Fenty Diamond Balm. This is stunning. I love this product. I love the texture of the product. I know that's weird, but I do. I love it. The Tinted Serum Foundation. You guys, this is stunning. I wish I had another shade. If I can get a darker shade in this, I'm going to go ahead and put that in my cart because I love the finish. I did mix it with the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, which I've loved for years. This is a beautiful soft matte formula. The only thing I have to tell you, fragrance. It does have a lot of fragrance to it. This new Instant Bright Serum Concealer Medium Coverage, this is $7. So I highly recommend trying this out. Beautiful formula. I did have to mix in a little bit of the high cover concealer, the True Skin, but I've loved this product for years and a lot of people do rave about that. This one is the newest and I love it. This Under Eye Brightener Setting Powder is gorgeous. It's so blurring. I love it. I hate that it's such a tiny amount of product, but you only need a very small amount, so I get it. Gorgeous. Love it. 10 out of 10. And then I did enjoy the Catrice Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick. The contour is the only side I used. It blended beautifully. I love how small it is, so it is easy to use when you want to contour your nose. Gorgeous. I'm so impressed. That's all for now, guys. I'll see you in the next one.